Hello guys again and welcome again to another episode of our tutorial series, The Intermediate Guide. This is episode number 2 I think, and we learned in the first episode how to use these layers, how to create those layers, how to make these options, and how to use those blending option, manipulating our layers to make our pictures looks better or however you want. In this episode we are going to see how we can use more advanced stuff. And this one here, ladies and gentlemen, is the adjustment tool. It's this one here in this corner here, as you can see, this bottom here, we have this icon here. This is the adjustment button. If you go to window in the top corner here, you will see this adjustment. If I click it, it will show you this window here, right? And it have all those icons here. Those icons are the shortcut of what already written here. As you can see here, we have the solid color, gradient, pattern, brightness and stuff like this, and here we have the same. We have brightness and gradient maps, selective color, threshold, etc. All this stuff here. We are going to learn how to use this adjustments layer. We name them adjustment layer. Why? Because let me just show you. If I click on this brightness and contrast here, it will create this layer in Photoshop by itself. It created this one here. Let me delete this one here, and if you click on this bottom corner here, you will find it again here. It's brightness and contrast, and it will create the same layer. Here we have this one here, and we can manipulate this one using this property here. Now if you can't see property, all you have to do is click window and find property here, and it will show up like this. Let me just click it again, so it will show up. It's here. This property will show you the property of every layer, right? So for now nothing is happening because we changed nothing in our layer. This is the brightness and contrast layer. So basically it will change how the brightness and the contrast of our pictures looks like. Let me show you how we can manipulate this. So if I slide this bar here, in this bar here we have this brightness. If I make this one to the max, it will make our pixel looks bright, just like this. And if I make it like this, it will make it looks dark. It's easy, just like this. And this is how you can manipulate your picture into making it looks like if you have, let's say you took a picture in the night and it looks like it needs some lights. With this tool you can just add and make your picture looks more better. And this contrast here this one is responsible on the contrast of your colors. Let me show you. If I make this one up like this, as you can see, the colors and the contrast of my colors is getting higher. They are this edgy, right? And if you slide it to this left, it will make them looks like this. As you can see, this is how you control how your colors will looks like. And by just sliding this bar, you can already make them looks better or whatever you want. And if I hide this layer, you will already see the difference between the first picture and the second one. I added too much light on my picture. This is just to show you guys how you can manipulate those layers here. This is really easy. And here we have this one, and we can add more layers to our picture if we click on this icon here, or I would this time use this one here, and you can highlight your just with your mouth on top of every icon, and it will show you the name on the top here. In this example I'm going to use this one here, this hue in saturation. If we click, and automatically it will create a new layer for us. As you can see, it's here. This one is controlling the colors of our picture, and you can see here in this property we have this preset, we have this master here, we have this hue, this saturation, and the lightness. Let me show you all those stuff what they do. So this preset, we are using one by default. If you click it, we have all these options here. If you click on this cyanotype or cyanotype, it will make a picture like this. This is cyanotype. And if you make it into increase saturation more, it will increase the saturation of our picture. As you can see, we can make it increase just the saturation, it will look like this. The old style, it will look like this. This is like an old style. If we make this into red boost, it will boost the red channel. If we make it into a strong saturation, it will look like this. Making the yellow boost, it will look like this. And the custom, of course, we can make this on however we want. I will switch this to default. I will keep it just as default, which means we are not doing any effect to our picture. As you can see, if I hide it, we are doing nothing because this is just the default. We didn't do anything yet. Now on this picking here, we have master, we have red, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and magenta. Those are explaining which channel you will be picking or using. I will keep it at master for now. And if you click on this finger here, let me just click this finger. As you can see, I have this eyedropper. It's not the eyedropper tool here, but this will pick a color from our picture here, and based on this color, it will try to move this hue, saturation, and stuff like this. Let me just show you. I will click it again, and here I have this color. I will click on my face here and click. Let me do it again. You click and drag like this. Let me do it again. Sorry, I didn't select the one. Now I'm selecting this one here. I will click. As you can see, we have this one here, and as you can see, I'm just dragging like this, and I'm making my color skin looks bad or better, or like I'm dead one or anything like this. As you can see, it's manipulating this saturation here. If I switch it to master and click and drag again, it's picking this red one. Now why it's picking just this red one, right? So let's do this again. Switch back to master. I will click in this place here, and this time it switched to blue. You see, now I'm manipulating this stuff in the background of my picture. Let me switch it back to master. I will click here and drag again, and it's blue. Let's try to click somewhere else. Let's see here. It's just blue again because the picture mainly have these blue colors, right? Let me make it back to master. Click on my hair. It's now cyan. You see, this master, when we switch this to master, it will try to pick. Sorry guys, it will try to pick the color we highlight with our eyedropper tool, and based on this color, it will try to switch just this color and manipulate just the color we picked. But if we want to pick that we have in our mind a color that we really want to manipulate, let's say for example the yellow. We don't have yellow in this picture, right? So we are not affecting just the yellow, but here in our picture we are affecting our hands and face, because this is our skin, and our skin looks like yellow in this picture, I think. You see, this is how we can manipulate how our colors looks. But let's say you don't want to manipulate any of them. Instead, you want to use this hue, saturation, and this lightness by yourself. You can do it, of course. Let me show you here. If you click on this one here and slide it in anywhere you want, as you can see, I'm changing the whole picture's color by sliding this bar like this. The picture is changing. Let's say I'll make it like this, and with this saturation, it's of course, as we've seen before, it will make our saturation more or less. Let me pump this. As you can see, we have this saturation to the max, and if we make this like this, we have no saturation in our picture, and it will look like this. Now we are manipulating this saturations level like this and like this, and we look really ugly in this picture because we are adding too much saturation for our picture, right? And this one here, it's the lightness. Of course we know how to use the light, right? So if we pump this, it will make our picture looks like with a lot of light and if we take it like this, it will be dark. This is how you can manipulate those pictures here. I will hide it, and this is the picture we had before. This is the base picture. When we created a new layer, we turned it like this. When we added some light, it's like this, and now with this it changed to be like this. And of course you can add more stuff. Let's say we add this curve one here. This one will try to manipulate how our colors looks again. If we pick into a negative one, it will switch like this. This is a cross process. This is an increase contrast. This is a linear contrast. I'll switch it back to default. You can just manipulate, let's say, the red channel in our picture into making it like this. You can switch to the green one and make it looks like this again. Whatever you want. You can make this into a new layer and click again and find, let's say, this color balance again here, and try to balance the color in your picture and use them however you want. We will be explaining those tools step by step in other tutorials, because in this tutorial series, this is the intermediate guide here, we are going to see all those tools. For now, I'm just showing you like a quick information on what they do and how you can use them. You can of course play with them. I really recommend you guys to play with them as much as you want. Practice, click and use every adjustment you have. Play with them. Let's make this magenta go like this. Go crazy, right? Go crazy with your stuff here. In this way you will learn and you will see with your eyes what they can do. This is how people get professional, right? You will try to make and show you the limits of every tool. What is the limit of this one? What is the limit of this one? And like this you will see how you can use them and make your picture looks better or not. So this is basically how we can use those adjustments, and of course we have all those adjustments here. You have the right to use them however you want. Look like this, we are turning ourselves into a pink and this we are green, we are blue, we have all this stuff here. You can manipulate your picture however you want and always remember this, to always hide and return the layers so you can see the effects on how they are making your pictures looks like. In the next episode we are going to learn some more stuff. We are going to see really cool stuff, and of course we are not moving from this bottom corner here. We are always on this one. We are going to see in the next episode how to use this mask tool here. This is a mask, and those masks will be your friend from now on in Photoshop, because you will be basically using them in every photo manipulation, in every creation you are doing in Photoshop. I'm not talking about art or character design or game design, but I'm talking here about Photoshop retouching and manipulating pictures. So let's see you in the next episode, and if you didn't subscribe, hit the subscribe button, like if you like what we do, and see you guys in the next episode. Love you so much.